The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hey, everybody, Anthony Morrison here. If you can hear me, you can see me, just say yes in the chat box. All right, I see lots and lots of yeses. Very good. So we got lots of people in here tonight. So I'm excited for that. Always thankful to have you guys here. If you're new, welcome to the Success Connection. Hopefully you will enjoy tonight's training. I've got a nice training prepared for you guys tonight. Should take about an hour. I know you are going to laugh about that. Should take about an hour. I'm going to try to keep it at an hour. You can probably tell some of you are asking if I'm feeling better. Actually, all of you are asking if I'm feeling better. So quick little health update. If you are brand new to the Success Connection, welcome. Thank you for being here, and always happy to have everybody. Always happy to have everybody here with me on Thursday nights. So I was pretty sick last week, and I'll be honest with you, I'm still really in the same spot this week. I went and had a CT scan on my left rib area on Monday, and came back perfectly normal. I've had x-rays on my side, perfectly normal. Had blood work done, perfectly normal. So my doctors tell me I'm perfectly fine, but I know when I wake up, I can barely breathe on my side. So the next step is we'll be probably going to look at some kind of sports medicine doctor to see if I've torn cartilage or muscle in my side. And so right now I'm taking a steroid pack. So I'm like hot and cold. I feel worse from the steroid pack than anything else, but they said if I have a lot of inflammation, that'll help. So so that is a health update. My dad is home from the hospital, not doing well, to be honest with you, but we're working on getting him back on his feet. So lots of stuff obviously going on, but I want to dive right in on tonight on the training. I know I spent a lot of time last week talking about how bad I felt, so I apologize for that. I really felt bad last week. At least this week, I'm a little more mentally prepared for the night. So we've got a lot of stuff that I want to do tonight. One thing I'm going to do is I'm going to give you guys the solo ad seller's swipe file, okay? So I'm going to give you that solo ad seller swipe file tonight. And I did it in a different way. And I think that you guys are going to love it. I personally think it's one of the most useful files because you can use it in any niche, in any industry, kind of templated it out for you. So I had some time this week to really pay close attention to that. And that's what I did. So I'm going to be releasing that. I'm also going to talk about a way to boost your profits, right? I've been watching in the group, and I've seen a lot of people talking about what they've done and talking about the money they've made and the solo ads they've either bought or they've sold. And I've kind of narrowed in on or focused in on a couple of things that I think you can do to boost your profits, okay? Of course, if you're brand new, I will give you the solo ad seller funnels, right? So I'll give you basically the funnels that we've been giving out last week. I provided those to everybody that joined us live. They'll be open again for you guys tonight since you are here. So lots of cool things that we've got going on. So the first thing I want to do is I want to kind of talk to you for just a second because I think this is important. With our solo ad workshop and kind of what we're trying to accomplish here, our biggest goal, and I want you to always remember this, okay? Because this is what helps you make more money. In fact, some of you have my M Insider newsletter. I don't know how many of you in here have that, but a lot of you do. I sent it out tonight about 6 o'clock, 6 or 6:30, something like that. Anyway, some of what I'm doing in my business is what I try to teach you here on the Success Connection or through my newsletter or whatever the case may be. And it all comes down, right? It all comes down to one specific word that I've always felt is key to being successful in any specific business, doesn't matter what it is, and that is optimization. So write that word down. Look, no matter what you are doing, you should always be focused on this word. You should always be focused on this task right here, optimization, meaning what can I do better than I'm doing right now in order to increase the amount of money that I get, right, from all the efforts that I'm doing. So what you do is you start breaking down where can you make money and where are you making money online and where are your profit centers? Like what are the points of interest for profit? Now, for those of you that are new, by the way, if you are brand new to the Success Connection tonight, first of all, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Of course, we always absolutely love to have you. Understand that what I'm teaching tonight on the Success Connection has absolutely nothing to do with any course that I sell, okay? So there's literally nothing to do with any course that I sell. This is its own course. It's just free for all of my students. And so if you're kind of behind, if you're brand new, you'll want to watch some of our replays because our replays tile the knots together and really connect the dots and help you to be able to get caught up and rock and roll, right? So don't get discouraged if I'm talking about things and you're like, what am I talking about? It's okay. Just go click on that little Success Connection icon in your members area. You'll be able to watch all of the replays of this and, of course, get caught up on everything, right? We do this every single week. So it should be a phenomenal opportunity for you. Okay, so back to solo ads. So here's what we've been doing. We've been talking about solo ads and kind of how that we call it kind of the ecosystem, right? How that ecosystem actually works, like what's going on and where those points of profit are. And of course, you've got your sellers, and we talked about this a little bit last week. You've got your sellers and you've got your buyers, right? So you've got people that are buying solo ads, people that are selling solo ads. The idea, okay, is for you to do both, right? So the idea is for you to do both because this is how you're going to make, obviously, the most money that you can possibly make in this business, right? It just kind of is what it is. Now, one of the things that we talked about last week from sellers that will increase your profits, like what can we start to optimize, right? Well, we can optimize. There's something else I'm going to add to this that's brand new that I think probably I think anyway, will make the most sense for you. So what can we optimize? Well, we can optimize our CTR. That is our click-through rate, meaning if we send 100 emails, how many clicks do we generate? Because as a solo ad seller, we're paid per click. We're making money every time somebody clicks on a link in our email. Does everybody understand that? Just say yes if you understand that. Okay. Very good. Yeah, so somebody says, who is this? It says this. Somebody says, oh gosh, where is it? Ronnie says, I need you to explain how and when I will start making money. Where do I see money being made? How do I access profits? These are not good questions. These are terrible questions. You don't access profits. You earn profits. So the best advice I can give you is pay close attention, but there's no access point to profits. Profits are earned and built through the work and the marketing and building out the strategies that we do. You create profits, you don't access them. So as sellers, right, back on this topic, as solo ad sellers, remember a solo ad seller, okay, solo ad seller has an email list, all right, so this is your list, all right, and you send out an email, all right, and of course you get paid when people click on the links in the email. So this is kind of the solo ad seller funnel, right? This is what happens from a solo ad seller. So that's all a solo ad is for those of you that are new and haven't been here. Solo ad happens when a person has an email list. They send out an email, okay, and then of course you pay every time somebody clicks on that email, right? So super, super simple and very, very easy. So where can we make more money? Well, look, anytime you can optimize this right here and this right here, you can make more money. That's, of course, increasing your clicks. There's something else that I saw happening in the group, so I'm going to touch on this. I'm going to touch on this tonight for just a minute because I think it's important, and that is wasted clicks. And you want to avoid these. Does anybody know what that means? Can anybody give me a scenario in which, as a solo ad seller, okay, you might waste clicks? All right, let's see. Somebody says possibly putting in a bad link. That's very true. How else could you possibly waste clicks? All right, let's see. Open but not clicking. That's right. I mean, that's obviously possible. Okay. All right. So not many people answering the question with the answer that I will give you, and this is pretty much why I wanted to go over it. So I'm going to talk to you about the wasted clicks part in just a second. Now, of course, buyers, your opt-in page, right? Because as a buyer, you're sitting out here, okay? As a buyer, you sit out here and you have this page that asks people for their email address, okay? So this is the opt-in page, all right? So you have this page and you want people to opt into it. So literally, the cycle of this, like I said, is you go over here and you pay this guy, you basically buy a solo ad, right? And then, of course, this person sends this email traffic right over here to your site, to your page, and that creates your list. Pretty simple. Now, all of a sudden, your list starts to grow. So what are the things that you can do to increase, right, your results, optimize your results? Well, clearly the opt-in page is going to be the biggest point of entry, right? This is going to be the most important thing when it comes to optimization, which is your opt-in page. As a solo ad buyer and seller, here's what's great about solo ads in general, okay? It's pretty much guaranteed results, right? I mean, it's not guaranteed profit, but it's guaranteed results. Because what that means is that if you're this little guy right here and you buy a solo ad and you tell somebody you want 100 clicks, well, this dude over here that's selling it is going to give you 100 clicks. Like, that's a guarantee, right? 100%. And then, of course, you pay for that transaction to take place. But that means you've got the opportunity to build your list. And if you're a seller, of course, you've got the opportunity to make this money with these clicks. So the ecosystem, okay, is 100% put together. And that's what I like so much about solo ads, all right? Because the ecosystem in and of itself is self-funding, meaning it's always there to prop up and to help, okay, the people that are within that ecosystem. Does that make sense to everybody? Like, if you're a buyer or a seller, if you're doing both, you're kind of a part of that entire ecosystem, which I think, anyway, makes things phenomenal, right? I think it's 100% great. Listen, for those of you that are asking questions like Benjamin, and if you're asking questions about certain products that we have, this is not the place to ask that. You're not going to get an answer here. This is, like I said at the beginning of training, this is a specific training only for my students. It has nothing to do with any of my courses. If you have a question about a course, email support. They're happy to help you. But this and what I teach here tonight is completely different and completely free. So you ought to pay close attention to this instead of worrying about anything else. Probably going to give you the best results that you could possibly get. Okay, so two different things that we want to focus on as solo ad sellers. Now, I have given you guys this. Okay, I have given you these opt-in pages for free. If you don't have them, I'll give them to you again tonight. These opt-in pages are listed right here. Okay, This is just some of the opt-in pages. You can see there's tons of them in here, and we're going to buy some more, and of course help more people to be able to be successful with this. But this is what an opt-in page looks like. You can see that this is very, very simplistic. Okay. Now, what's really interesting is I just tested this theory on some of my ads this week. Okay. We've actually got these pages in the queue to get traffic. It just didn't hit this week because we're buying from so many different places. I haven't gotten enough traffic to be able to tell you which one of these converted the best for me. I just started it this week, obviously, I'm a week behind. But I did take some of these strategies and put them into my other pages that we have live right now. And what I'll tell you is that, and if you got the newsletter today, be sure and watch that. I made a video. You'll see that one of the things that we found is making this button very prominent on the page has increased our opt-in rates dramatically. In fact, I have one page that got 84% opt-in rates. 84%. I mean, that's insanity. 84%. Jacqueline says I watched it and it was epic. I mean, 84% is just like unheard of, even for me. I have no clue who's gonna do that. But those strategies and the things I put into those pages, you know, are really, 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 I think anyway, one of the reasons why the opt-in rate went up. So what you want to do is when you have these opt-in pages, you want to keep them minimal. If you want your opt-in rates to increase, you want to keep those opt-in pages very, very minimal. Okay, meaning you don't want a whole lot of stuff going on the page. You want it to be very clean, clear, crisp, and focused, right? And that's how all of these pages are designed. So you'll find that we give you all these pages completely free. You can have these at the end of the night. I'll give you the link. There's tons of different ones that our students have created and I have purchased for you. A lot of times it's the copy that's changed on these. So different kind of, we call them hooks, but copy that can help people and help you guys to get better results. So like I said, as a buyer, this is the most important thing that you can optimize when you're buying a solo ad, because you want to increase this performance of this page. But what about when you're selling? What about when you're taking an order from somebody? In fact, we had somebody that just got an order today or yesterday, I believe, for a solo ad, made 30, I think she sold them for like $35, 100 clicks. Sandra's on here with us. So Sandra's on. And Sandra got a 100 click order, and she sold them for 35 cents because she said she was scared she was going to mess something up. So she got paid $35 to generate 100 clicks for somebody, although Sandra could have sold those same clicks for probably $60 because when you buy small quantities, you typically charge more. But here's what's interesting, and Sandra, you'll probably want to focus on this. When you're a solo ad seller, okay, your click-through ratio matters, okay, because let's do some very, very quick math. If you have a 6,000 person list, okay, and that's what Sandra has, okay, so if you have a 6,000 person list, all right, check out how the math works. Well, if you get a 10% open rate, that's 600 opens. If you get a 20% open rate, okay, you're going to get somewhere around 1,200 opens. All right, so we'll just start with 10 and 20% in terms of opens. Okay, that's our open rates. Now, what about our click-through rate? All right, if we get, let's just say, on average, 30% of those people to click, okay, that's 30% of the 600, that's 180 clicks. All right, fairly simple. If you were to get somewhere in the neighborhood of, say, a 50% click rate, all right, on that same 600 opens, all right, you're going to get 300 clicks. Well, if you're selling these for 50 cents per click, okay, If you're selling these for 50 cents per click, how much more money can you make with a 50% click-through rate than a 30%? Can somebody tell me? All right, just keep them coming. Okay, so few people have already said it. So you can make, keep it coming. Let's do the math. All right, in terms of dollars, how much more dollars? All right, so a lot of people saying it's $60 because look, if you're paying 50 cents, right? Well, this is going to cost, right? This is going to make you, oops, this is going to make you $90, right? Because 180 clicks. If you were selling them at 50 cents, that's why I say kind of assume a 50% deal. This is going to make you $150, right? This is off the same email. So imagine if you were sending an email every single day. If you multiply that $60, okay, that's $60 per day times just say 30 days in the month, right? You're talking about $1,800 per month increase in profits. That's increase in profits just because you got a higher click-through rate. Think about that. So as a solo ad seller, you will be able, once you have a list, you'll be able to sell these clicks all day long. I mean, once you really start marketing this and once you really start actually doing this, you'll find that there's people out there that want to buy these clicks from you all day long, right? So if you're sending an email every day, you're losing money if you don't increase your click-through rate, okay? So how are we going to help your click-through rate? Tonight, I'm going to give you a swipe file that we're about to go through that shows you how I get a higher click-through rate on this type of email. Now, I will be very, very clear with you. First of all, I will give you this file in just a minute, okay? So at the end of tonight, you will be able to download this file. If you are trying to download it from your special little area that some of you know about right now, it doesn't work because the link's not there. And it probably won't work for you tonight if you end up going there now, because when you refresh the page, it may not show up. So don't go there, just pay attention. All right, what I did was I've given you some of the techniques that we use to get higher open rates and higher click-through rates. Now, I will tell you straight up, 100% just plain out, okay? I mean, that's all I can say, straight up. There is an element of hype to these emails. Would you guys agree that if you are more ambiguous, you are likely to get more results? Meaning, if I just said, hey guys, there is something freaking awesome on channel 4 right now, you might say, curiosity, you might say, something awesome on channel 4? You're gonna go look. If I said, guys, there is a phenomenal baseball game on channel 4 right now, half of you wouldn't go because you don't care about baseball, right? So when you are trying to increase a response, oftentimes you decrease, okay, the amount of information that you give to people, because at the end of the day, you are trying to get somebody from point A to point B. When they get to point B, that's when they can decide, oh, I don't care about that baseball game, and they can cut it off. But the idea behind marketing is to generate a response, right? That is the idea. You want to generate some kind of response. That's what we want to do. But we want to do it within reason. We don't want to be lying to people. We don't want to be misleading people and all that kind of silly stuff, right? So I'm going on record now saying, please don't do crazy stuff. Francis, everybody, listen, I love you all, but do not write the same question in the chat box 5 million times. My brain can't handle it tonight, okay? So for all of you that are new, yes, you are muted. That is because there are there's 943 people on here right now, which means if I unmuted you, can you imagine what that would do? It would be insanity, right? So yes, you are muted. No, I don't typically answer every question that comes into the chat box because there are 1,000 people in here. It's very hard to see. Francis's question was, why do I sell clicks if I can use them? Francis, the answer to that is you don't have to. If you wanted to build your list and use your clicks for yourself to promote something you have, phenomenal. That's great. That's perfect, right? But at the end of the day, a lot of people want to do both. A lot of people say, hey, I don't have something I can promote every single day. So what can I do to generate revenue from my list every single day? Real simple. You can sell solo ads, because there's always people that want to buy clicks. They want to buy traffic. And if you have a list, like Sandra has a list of 6,000 people, we took Sandra's list, okay, and we said, if Sandra's list, remember this, we did these numbers, let me pull this back up. We did these numbers off of if Sandra only got a 10% open rate, okay? But if Sandra ended up getting a 20% open rate on the emails that she sent out, this number would be doubled. She would make an extra $3,600 a month, right? $3,600 a month doing exactly what I'm talking about. Because remember, this has nothing to do with offers. You're getting paid because you're selling clicks. Pretty simple stuff, right? So I always look at this and think, man, there's a lot of, there's just a lot of money in it. So how can we increase our click-through rates, our open rates, and all of those things that can make you more money? Here is something that I think would be very, very beneficial. And this is our file. Okay. So as I said, the idea is to use these templates to increase your clicks and therefore your revenue, because you're selling clicks. And I said, please make sure you write anything you write is compliant. Use these as a guide. Make sure it makes sense for you. Now you'll notice that not everybody is in the same industry. Okay. In fact, Sandra, who's a member of the Success Connection, sold her clicks, said that she sold clicks and it was somebody that sent her a URL about coffee, right? Literally about coffee. And that doesn't really have anything to do with internet marketing. So how many of you would sit there and say, wait a minute, if Sandra has somebody that wants to help her or wants her to send emails about internet marketing, hold on one second, then likely there's not a whole lot that we can do to promote that. How many of you would agree with that? That there's probably not a whole lot we can promote because, hey, at the end of the day, Sandra has got an email marketing list. She does not have a list that has anything to do with coffee. All right, so a lot of people say that. Here's the thing. Always think outside the box. Write that down. I'm sure a lot of you saw that my iPad died, but it's plugged in. Look, it just won't charge fast enough. I don't know what's going on. It'll come back on in a second. But write that down. Always think outside the box, okay? Always think outside the box. Because just like Bob Weaver just said, people drink coffee. And it doesn't matter if your email list is all about internet marketing and somebody wants to buy some clicks about, for a page about coffee. Well, the fact of the matter is you can write emails, okay? You can write emails that talk to people that are looking to make money, all right, but also drink coffee. For instance, and I'm going to just off the cuff it with this particular deal here. So this email, the subject line says, email, please open on date. Now, one of the things that really, really, really excites me, and these are one of the things we do, is we use these little codes in our email, meaning we can insert the email address of the person that's actually getting the email. Does that make sense to everybody? So it doesn't matter what email marketing program you're using, they offer this ability. All you got to do is just look at their little help file. It'll tell you how to do it. That way, when you send an email out, if I get it, it says, my email address right here on my email. So that's going to cause me to stop for a second and say, hey, my email address, right? So I think about that real fast. Then it says, please open on, and I put today's date. I put the date that I'm sending this email out. Anytime you can make an email seem or feel like it is personal, it is important, and it is time sensitive, you are going to get a better response. So write that down: personal, important, and time sensitive. Now, I'm not saying in my subject line, open this email today or you'll never get to open it again. What I am saying is, please open it on, and I'm putting the date that I want them to open it on. because that's when I want them to open the email. Does that make sense to everybody? Just say yes. Looks like my iPad is going to come back on here for a second. We'll just let it hang out and charge up for a minute. Okay, so lots of people saying yes. Very good. All right, so that's one thing. All right, be very clear on that. Then look down here. This email is super, super simple. It says, hey, I wanted to make sure that we got this email to you immediately. If you're ready to, and then I said input value proposition here. Then it says, please click here now. This is where you would put the link to the website for whoever bought that solo ad from you. Well, you look at this and you might think, how in the world could we use this email in every industry? Well, it's real simple. There's basis to this. This subject line has nothing to do with email marketing, with drinking coffee, with making money, with Facebook ads, with losing weight. It has nothing to do with any of that, okay? It's very ambiguous, like I said. Go watch this awesome thing on Channel 4. Email, please open this today, right? Very, very, very easy, easy, easy. Okay, that's one thing. Then down here it says, I wanted to make sure that we got this email to you immediately. Has absolutely nothing to do with any specific niche. This is very blind email, right? Now down here it says, if you're ready to, and then it has this input value proposition here. So this is where, if you're ready to, start losing weight for the summer, please click here now. Okay, well, guess what? Now what do we have? Now we have somebody that's interested in losing weight that would respond to this email. Would you agree, yes or no? Did we put into play something that will now allow us, okay, to benefit from somebody who might want to lose weight? This solo ad just worked from somebody losing weight. Check this out. If you would like to build your own internet business, please click here now. Would you agree that as ambiguous as this is, I now can say, boom, if you're interested in building your internet business, done. If you're interested in losing weight, done. How about this? If you're interested in not just drinking coffee, but seeing how coffee drinkers can make more money. Look at this. Now what I've done is I've taken this whole idea about drinking coffee and I've said, look how coffee drinkers can actually make more money, right? Okay, well, I mean, because Sandra said that this coffee website also allows you to make money by selling coffee, right? Nobody's just promoting go drink some coffee. But what they were promoting is drink this coffee and turn around and sell this coffee. You can make money. Again, you can take this email and you can turn this into whatever you want it to be because it is templated out to generate clicks. It's not templated out to provide tons of value and a whole lot of information. It is merely there to get somebody from point A to point B. Does this make sense to everybody? Just say yes if it does. All right, I see lots and lots and lots and lots of people saying yes, so that is always a good thing. It is always a great thing to see people saying yes. And my little iPad just won't stay off. It's probably going to keep popping up. So it's trying to charge itself up. It's trying real hard. Maybe we can close this. It'll quit. It'll quit opening for a little while. Okay. So lots of people saying yes. All right. So this is swipe number 1. Okay. And I've already saved it, so I'm going to leave this in here. Look at swipe number 2. Okay. Something that works really, really well is when you tell people that the message you are sending is a private message. For whatever reason, people respond to things that are private more than they will respond to things that are not. Now, that makes no sense to me. But would you agree that the message you're sending to somebody is actually private to their inbox? I mean, hello, every email that you get is a private message. Nobody else is reading it unless well, maybe people are reading it, but I hope not anyway. But the point is, it's a private message, okay? So what do? I put private message for email. Again, putting their email address in the subject line. Now, you don't have to do that. You can take the email address out. You can just say private message for and put the date. You can test and change and tweak these things. Remember, you want your open rates up and your click rates up. That's what's going to make you the most money. That's how you make the most money, is getting those open rates and those click-through rates as high as you possibly can. All right, I'm sending you this message because we've identified that you are likely interested in, look, insert subject here, building your own online business. This message was sent to my private subscribers. Please take action now. You are likely interested in losing weight before this summer. This private message was sent to my subscribers. Please take action now. You are likely interested in not just drinking coffee. Hey, we all love it. But possibly making money from coffee online. I don't know. Something like that. You can twist all of this, right, into looking like it's important to them. Now, Linda says, well, this kind of looks sort of spammy. You got to remember something. Oftentimes, the best marketing, why all caps? Because I'm trying to let you guys see it. I would never type it in all caps. I'm trying to make it show up to you and not blend in. So that's why I'm in all caps. Oftentimes, the best marketing seems a little bit spammy. Now, there's a difference in really spamming somebody and writing a message that doesn't provide a ton of value. But as you can see, we're still telling people what it's about. It's a private message. We've identified that they're probably interested in X. Well, you've identified that because you brought them in from an opt-in page that was about some particular subject, right? So then you tell them it's a private message that was only sent to your subscribers. That is the truth, right? So again, everything is still true. What we're not doing is elaborating. We're not elaborating on all of the details because the details are what drop people off. Remember, go watch what's on Channel 4. It's really exciting. Tons of people rush. Go watch this awesome new football game on Channel 4. Half the people don't go. Does that make sense? All right. Then, swipe copy number 3. Urgent message for email. Remember I told you if you have a sense of urgency, right, people will respond at greater rates. If you just said, check this when you'd like to, well, probably not going to get quite as many people checking it, right? But when you say urgent message, okay, people think, okay, important, I should read this now, okay? Now, I'm glad you opened this message today because I'm not sure how long this will be available. Then I put what this is about, you know. This will show you how to build your own online business. Please go here now for more information. Here's the thing. When you are buying or when you are selling a solo ad, you are putting a link right here to somebody else's page. Would you guys agree that other people take their pages on and offline, meaning you have absolutely no clue how long that page is going to be online? It could legitimately be on for 10 minutes. It could be on for 10 years. You don't know, right? So again, legitimately true. You have no clue how long this will be available. What you do know is it's available right now and it's urgent, so you should probably click it. And then you put in there what it's about. It's about building your own online business, showing you how to get fit for the summer, showing you how to find the best deals online and blah, 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 blah. There's all kinds of different things that you can put into this email. Again, templated emails so that you can use them for anything and everything, because guess what? There are people, and this happens all the time, there are people that will buy solo ads from you and want you to email your list, even though your list is an email marketer list for other things. For instance, if I could do a poll, I would, but I can't because we have so many people on here, it'll freeze up the webinar. But how many of you, well, let's see. Type the number 1 in if you are female and the number 2 if you're male. All right. So we have a good, I mean, from what I can tell, a good 50-50 mix, okay? So it's a good 50-50 mix of female to male, okay? So here's the thing. There's an industry called the survival industry, okay? I don't know how many of you have heard of it. I don't know how many of you have seen it. It's called survival, preppers. Typically, that's a male-dominated industry. Doesn't mean that females don't prep. Doesn't mean that we're saying that females can't, survive and all of that stuff. Okay. All that I'm saying is that it is typically a male-dominated industry. But there's so much money made from survival products online, whether it's the little key, like the little cards that flip into a knife, or it's the bug out bags, or it's the books that tell you what to do in case of all these natural disasters and things. There's so much money made from that. And a lot of those people buy solo ads. That's how they do their advertising. I know one from the past that literally was spending $100,000 a month on solo ad clicks selling survival products. You will find, and it will happen, that someone is going to come to you and say, hey, Sandra, you have 6,000 people on your list? Awesome. I want you to send this email about my new bug out bag, or about this new book that teaches you what to do in a natural disaster, or whatever the case may be. You're going to think to yourself, that has nothing to do with internet marketing. But let me ask you this. Would everybody type the number 3 in if you have bought a survival type product online? Mike has, Patria has, Maria has, Darcy has, Sharon has, Sarah has, Benita has, Donnie has, Phyllis, Garrett, Linda, Lynn. I mean, now it's just hundreds of you typing. I mean, I have 1,000 people. There's going to be a lot of people in here. Tons of you have bought survival type products. So think about it. Just because you are internet marketers doesn't mean you're not also people that might possibly be interested in surviving natural disasters and want to buy stuff, right? So again, having emails that you can quickly craft to match any type of solo ad buyer's page is extremely interesting, because it allows you to branch out. We talked about optimizing, right? And how do we make the most money from what we're doing? Here's how we make the most money. We don't put ourselves in a box. We don't say that the only thing we can ever send to our email list is, here's how to do something online. Because remember that all those people on your email list are still people, right? Like, go figure. They still want to lose weight. They still want to make more money, but they also still, want to survive, and all of these types of things. This is the way of the world, right? So super important. All right, so solo ad number 4. This is if you have a video on the page that you're sending people to. So you would want to click the link that you're sending traffic to. If it has a video, have you seen this video? Thoughts? Question mark. Write this down. When you ask questions in your subject line, you create curiosity. People want to be heard, right? How many of you kind of see that with a lot of the movements and things that you see happening in today's economy, right? People want to be heard, whether it's in a political sense, or whether it's the, kind of the division, the racial division that we've had in this country for, really has blown up in the last few years. Now we have this Me Too movement, right? People want to be heard. Doesn't matter if you agree with it or not. Look, I am impartial. I take no positions, because I have 1,000 people in here, which means I'm going to have 500 people love me, 500 people hate me. So I am impartial. But what I do is I study human nature. I see what other humans are doing, and then that helps me to understand how psychology and how to get better results with marketing. Well, think about it. Everyone wants to be heard. They want their opinion to matter, right? That's what happens. So when you give someone an opportunity, when you open a door for them to be heard, like you do with this subject line, when you say, have you seen this? What are your thoughts? All of a sudden, I don't care if I've seen it or not. If I haven't seen it, I'm probably going to go click on it just so I can give you my thoughts, right? So I can be heard. This is something that we've always used, and it's worked really well. It says, this video was just released, and I wanted to get your thoughts on it immediately. Watch this video right now. I know this is something you're interested in, so I just didn't want you to miss out on it. I'm assuming at this point that this is something about internet marketing, or about losing weight, something that I'm pretty sure people are interested in. It's not some obscure subject, something I'm pretty sure they're interested in. I make that assumption, I put that in the email, And I get the higher open and click-through rates because I have now asked them to please let me hear their thoughts, right? So write that down. When you ask questions and when you give people a chance to be heard, you increase your response. All right. Sometimes we do crazy things. I call this the crazy email because I actually say, this is not an email in the subject line, right? How many of you have gotten an email from me before that say that? I know you have. Yep. I see lots of people saying yes. So you can see I'm showing you how to do some of the stuff I test in my own emails. I don't just make this stuff up. So this is not an email. Well, you're going to be reading that in your email box. So if you're going to be reading it in your email box and it says it's not an email, how many of you would think, well, if it's not an email, but it's in my email box, what is it? Like, is it like a self-destructing message? Is it like a text message that hit my email? Or something? What is it? You open it because you want to know, well, if it's not an email, what is it? Then I quickly bridge that gap. I say, well, it is an email, but it's more like an urgent announcement. This was just released, and I believe you need it. I never want you to miss out on something, which is why I sent this over so quickly. What do you think? So I quickly bridge the gap because I don't want them to feel like, why, what is he talking about? This isn't an email. I bridge the gap by saying, well, I suppose it is an email, but it's more like an urgent announcement, right? So I try to make those transitions throughout the email so that I can tie the email into the subject line, because I don't want to just like arbitrarily make something up that nobody cares about, right? I don't want to do that. But then I also add that element of what do you think? Because see, by asking a question in the subject line, I open the door for somebody to respond to me. And Lainey says, do people really answer these emails? The answer is yes. Tons of them answer the emails. And when you get somebody to respond to your email, okay, two things happen. Number one, they've probably clicked this link, because if I'm asking them what they think, they're probably going to click the link, look at it, and then tell me what they think, right? Number two is when somebody clicks and responds to your email, meaning they reply to you, it increases the likelihood of your emails always going to their inbox, never their spam box or anything else, because they're whitelisting you. It's just like, if I'm emailing back and forth with my mom or with somebody in my office, it never goes to spam because it's a two-way communication. If Google or Yahoo or wherever you read your email at always sees that it's a one-way communication, me sending you an email and you never sending one back, then they know, okay, they 100% know that that's some type of marketing that's happening. Does that make sense to everybody? Okay, yep. All right, and no, I don't normally respond back. I don't have any time to respond back, but the point is what you're seeing is this reciprocal communication. That's going to get you, again, higher open rates. Every one of these things in these emails are designed to increase your opens and increase your clicks, and of course make you more money. And then I put a sixth one in here because I thought this one was kind of interesting. It says, are you looking? And then it says subject matter here. This would be something that's a little more specific, meaning this says, are you looking, right? Maybe to lose weight, right? Are you looking to make money? Are you looking for awesome coffee, right? All these things. Are you looking for survival tips? In other words, are you looking for, and then you put your subject matter here, meaning what your subject is. Now, you are dropping down your, visible crowd that's probably going to open that email because, again, now you're telling them specifically what that subject matter is, right? But it's still something that works. It says, if you're looking for, and then you put that subject again here, then I highly suggest you take this out, or you take a look at this, and it says, go here now. I've never seen anything like it personally, and it's exactly what you're looking for and you need. Well, we know that it's exactly what they're looking for and they need if they opened the email because they were looking for this subject, right? So we can make some assumptions throughout an email based on the reactions or the actions that people take. These types of things and these types of emails generate a much greater response than the types of emails that I have typically taught you to write. But you got to remember, there's two different goals. One is get a lot of clicks, send a lot of traffic to these pages so you can make more money. The other is you're building a personal brand or you're trying to sell a specific product. When you're trying to sell something, it's always better to have more information in the emails, because at the end of the day, if you can help to pre-sell in the email, then you're probably going to make more sales. In this case, you are trying again to move people from point A to point B, their email to whatever this web page is that you're promoting. That's it. So you don't want to get into a lot of details. You want to allow the solo ad provider or the solo ad buyer, whoever that is, to bridge that gap and make that sale on their web page. Your job is to get somebody to click in an email and go to their web page. Does that make sense to everybody? Okay. So lots and lots of people saying yes, 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 yes. Very good. Okay. This solo ad file will be yours. Okay. In just a little while. Let's see if my iPad will stay with us long enough tonight for me to finish doing this real quick. Let's see. I know you can't see it. I have it unplugged just in case it starts doing a bunch of pop-ups. All right. So let me show you something that I think, anyway, this is my personal opinion, can benefit you greatly. Okay? We can get this to, there we go. Well, we don't want all that. All right, 1 second. Anthony's iPad, that would be great. It's like my whole computer reset itself. There we go. You should be able to see this now. Okay, let's take a look at something. We're going to use Sandra's example again, and hopefully my iPad does not die. All right, we're going to use Sandra's example. All right, if Sandra is sending an email, remember up here we said, we can just take a quick look. You see right here where it said, we'll just take that one, where it said Sandra would send 180 clicks from one email if she's got a 10% open rate and a 30% click rate. Does everybody see that? Just say yes. Okay, tons and tons of yeses. Okay, so if Sandra sends one email, okay, and she gets 180 clicks. All right, now what happens is Sandra has this person, okay, this is a buyer, and this buyer comes to Sandra. This buyer has a weird face. All right, this buyer comes to Sandra and buys 100 clicks. Sandra is extremely excited because this buyer just bought 100 clicks. So what does Sandra do? So this is going to be Sandra over here. Okay, Sandra, hopefully I've done you justice there. So Sandra is the seller. We're just going to put Sandra. It went dead on me. All right, we'll have to do it on my notepad. I hate it when my iPad, and I've been charging. It just doesn't charge at all on unless you plug it in the computer. All right, so let's just do my optimizing your clicks for more money. All right, let me just kind of make this thing slide all the way up here. Not really sure why Apple doesn't let these things charge well when they're plugged into computers, but if you plug them into the wall, they charge great. Okay, so back to my example, because this is important, okay? So you've got your buyer, all right, and they want 100 clicks at 50 cents, which equals you're going to make $50, okay? Real simple. Then you've got your seller, which is Sandra, okay? And she sends one email and gets 180 clicks. All right, is everybody with me on that part so far, right? Everybody with me on that part? Okay, so here's what happens, all right? The buyer pays Sandra, and then Sandra sends her email. Boom, goes out, all right? Clicks start coming in, all right? Sandra hits 100 clicks. Yay, she fulfilled the order. But wait, more clicks are still coming in. What do we do? Think about this. If you send an email, okay, if you send an email and you put the link to that person's website in that email, well, if you send 180 clicks in an email, guess what's going to happen? They're going to get 180 clicks. That's all you can do. So one thing, so you call it bonus, but those 80 clicks, those extra 80 clicks are worth $40. Sandra lost this money because Sandra is not able to change the where those people are going after she hits 100 clicks. This is something that I taught this, or I talked about this at some point last year. I haven't really talked a lot about it since. But when you are doing solo ad advertising, it is important, okay? It's important. The solution to this is to use a click tracking and management software. All right. This is typically the solution to this problem, because here's what would happen in the scenario that you use a click tracking software. You actually would be putting your click tracking software link into that email, and you'd be able to tell it, hey, look, once 100 people have clicked and gone to this solo ad person up here, after they've gotten 100, start sending people to this other place, right? So if Sandra were to get 2 orders for 200 clicks, Sandra could actually fulfill with one email 100 for that first person and 80 for that second person. Does that make sense to everybody? So extremely important, okay, to have something in place if you want to optimize. Remember, back to my keyword, optimize. Sandra can still make money, okay? She can still make money with sending out the email and just giving them 180 clicks. But Sandra's going to make way more money not doing that, because, of course, 80 clicks per day wasted, if Sandra just sold 100 clicks a day, equals $40 per day. 30 days, $1,200 wasted and lost per month. If you just sold 100 clicks a day, right? So this is why I highly, highly suggest, if you're going to do this, make the investment up front into some kind of click tracking software. I know a lot of you are saying, yep, you have build redirects. I have my own click tracking software. It works great. It's phenomenal. You're welcome to use it. There's other types of software. Here's what you don't do. And I know some of you that are new are gonna say, Anthony just wants to sell us stuff. Do not use free software like bit.ly. This is no. Spammers use this. When you use those types of softwares, you never, ever, 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 ever get good results, because the results end up being skewed because so many people, spammers, are using the free software to just waste everything, right? I mean, they just blow it out of proportion. So now anytime email programs see that in an email, they just say, forget it, and they eliminate. Does that make sense? Like, it hardly ever really even reaches the inbox. All right, just making sure everybody sees that. I'm just looking in the chat. Anybody not understand so far? I'm pretty sure that everybody understands what I'm saying, but I mean, I want to make sure. Okay. Very good. Okay, so what kind of click tracking software? I use, look, I've always used and I continue to use my own stuff. I don't like using software that other people have built, even though I know a lot of you use my software. The reason that I like to build my own is we can always add new features, and I can always check those features out and make sure they're good. For instance, we are adding to Build Redirects, for those of you that have it, tomorrow we'll be releasing what we call global clicks, and there'll be a training on it and that tells you how to use it and what it does. But what it allows you to do is it's kind of a complex thing, but let's just say that you had a link on a blog page, a link in an email, a link in 5 different emails. Let's just say you had like 5 different emails going out, right, over the last 5 days. You could technically globally count clicks, meaning if Sandra sold 100 clicks, she could be getting some of those clicks from 5 or 6 different links that she's created. And once that coffee offer has 100 clicks, it would shut that offer down in all of the links, so that now you can leverage all of the links that you have to generate traffic. Let me tell you why you would want to do that. I do this, and I've used this in Build Redirects. I just never had it available to everybody else. Let me show you what happened. All right, on day 1, Sandra sends an email. Okay, so Sandra sends an email, and she gets maybe like 129 clicks. Right? On day 2, okay, Sandra sends email number 2 and gets maybe, let's say, 130 clicks. But I want to show you something that happens, okay? Watch this. Over time, let's say on day 3, email number 1 gets 18 more clicks, and email number 2 gets 12 more clicks. Do you see what I'm saying? That every day that goes past when you send an email, there's still people opening those emails and clicking. It might be a week later, and you're still getting clicks from emails that you sent a week ago. Does that make sense to everybody? Okay. What we don't want to do is have those clicks being wasted. So if we create what we call a global link, or a global click link in Build Redirects, we can add that offer. We can add that coffee offer to every link you've ever created. You can do it with 1 click. Add it to every link you've ever created. And then all that overflow traffic, okay, the stuff that's 4 days ago that you've forgotten about. But when you've sent emails for 30 days and you're getting 1 or 2 clicks from every one of those emails that you've sent out for 30 days, you're talking about 60 clicks a day, or an extra $30 a day that you can now send to some of these brand new offers that you're promoting. So it's a phenomenal, and that, no, Mike, it's free. It doesn't cost anything for Build Redirects users. It's a free, it's something that we've added in, that we're gonna, any existing users will get that for free. I'll show you Build Redirects real fast. You can look at it. We've got it on the thing where you can, see the link to it and everything. This is the Build Redirects, like kind of the inside of Build Redirects, and you can see that I create all these different links. So these are like all the shared funnels that I give you guys. They're all inside of my Build Redirects account. So everything I do is run through here. This is my kind of my traffic hub, right? So all of my links and all of my clicks and stuff, they go through here. You can look on, buildredirects.com, and this shows you kind of some of the stuff that that it does. I got a great demo of it down here that shows you how we use it and what we do with it. But the fact of the matter is that when you're doing what we're doing here, having a software like this, it literally pays for itself. That's why I built it. And we are constantly developing on it and making it, much better. So we're constantly spending money developing, because everything I do, like tonight when I give you guys your links for all these free funnels, they're all tracked right through, right through Build Redirects. So people that got, shared funnel number 5, right? You can see 8,573 people have gotten this link, have clicked this link here, since we put it online. So you can always see all your stats. But what's really, really great is you'll be able to track everything and optimize your revenue. Now, this is not me sitting here saying, let me sell you some software. Go buy somebody else's software. I don't care. The point is that if you buy something to track all of your clicks and to monetize all of those clicks, it will pay for itself 10 times over because you're saving all that money. And one thing that I had a friend that I turned on to build redirects. He's a solo ad provider. He made over $500,000 extra dollars in a single year simply because of some of the features in here that allow you to not send clicks beyond the number of clicks that you should send to a customer, right? So important stuff. If you're going to actually do, like all of my Ambassador Club members, like every one of you that have the Ambassador Club, you should have build redirects. Like I have no problem with telling you that because I want you to build a solo ad business on the side because it props up your traffic purchase. It just makes sense. Well, you definitely don't want to do that at a high level and not have something that helps you to optimize the amount of money you can actually make from it. It doesn't make any logical sense whatsoever, right? One thing that you'll find, especially if you're new, and if you are new, so glad that you've been here. I don't try to sell stuff constantly on our webinars or anything like that. But I also don't mind telling you that you can't run a business for free. And if anybody told you that, they lied to you. It just doesn't work that way, unfortunately. It would be great if it did. I would save a lot of money. But running a business has some business expenses. Now, you can do what I did. You can start a yoga studio like we did for my wife, which cost me $80,000 up front. It cost me, I think, $4,000 a month for rent. And then we have obviously about a $7,000 or $8,000 a month overhead, right, to run a yoga business. Or you can have ClickFunnels for 97 bucks and build redirects for, I don't know, 20 bucks or 40 bucks or something, and you can run this type of business, right? All businesses have expenses. I always look at the internet business as a very, very low barrier of entry because you're really not spending that much money on the tools and the things that you need to run your business. So you kind of have to, put things into perspective, I guess, if you will. You got to put them into perspective and say, if you're playing around and you're not really serious about building an online business, then quit buying shit. That's all I can say. Stop buying. Stop buying and just admit to yourself, I'm not going to build a business. I'm just going to do this for entertainment purposes only, and just stop. But if you are really building your business, then you can't sit there and say, well, I'm really building my business, but I'm not going to buy any traffic. Or I refuse to have a software that I need. Or, I refuse to get ClickFunnels when I can get all these free funnels. Well, then you're not really serious. You see what I'm saying? Does that make sense to everybody? Hopefully it makes sense. It's just a logical observation that I make, right, for myself, and of course I make for you. And it's important for you to be honest with yourself about what do you really want to get out of this experience. Do you want to, get success out of this experience, or do you want to, kind of just get entertained? You know what I mean? So it's all about what you want. Okay. Let's see. Making sure I have a little air. Okay, so I see lots and lots of people. So you can check out Build Redirects a little bit later. There is a page here that we have created to give you guys the free funnels. Okay, so all of those free funnel pages, remember all of these landing pages right here, there's probably 20 of them, maybe 15, something like that. They look like this. You can have them all for free by clicking on this little link right here for our download available. Then our solo ad seller email swipes. This link does not work right now, so if you're in here, it's not going to work. Once I give you the link to this and the password for this, you will be able to download that solo ad file. So that file that I just made of all those emails, you'll be able to download it and get it for free. How many of you would like that template file for free so that when you send solo ads, you will make more money? At least I assume you will make more money, right? I always do my Success Connection webinars under the assumption that you guys don't think that I try to hype anything up to make money, because they're free. It doesn't cost you anything to get my file, but obviously I can't say for sure you're going to make tons of money because that's illegal. So maybe you make no money, I don't know. But I would anticipate that you are in a much better position than you would be if you did not have that particular file. So hopefully you will appreciate that and enjoy it. Okay, so you'll be able to get this file. In order to do that, let's do a couple of things really fast, okay? And I'll let you guys go because I know I told you it'd be an hour. I'm already an hour and 17 minutes. First thing you want to do is go to this website address right here, go.dsc.com/funnel. Just write that down, okay? Because the password I'm going to give to you in just a second. I'm going to pull it up here, make sure I have it. All right, so the password you'll get in just a second, okay? Let's see. Very good, very good. So lots of people, so write that down, all right? Now, I'm going to give you the password. When I give you the password, you will be able to log in, and let me just go over really quickly, because I don't think that I did go over this. When you log in, a couple of quick things, okay? Number one thing that you should do is subscribe to our Facebook alerts. How many of you got our Facebook message tonight? Just say yes. Very good. So lots and lots of people got our Facebook message. Of course, I've been a little bit sick, but this coming week, I'm feeling a little, you can probably tell I feel better. I'll be able to deliver some free stuff to you on Facebook Messenger, so be watching out for that. I will also be delivering information on how you can join the Ambassador Club through those Facebook messages. So if you're not on there, get on there, because I know you guys have been waiting for me to try to figure out how to get everybody in the Ambassador Club. And I've got some good ideas, and I've got it coming up, I promise you. Some stuff just takes techie things, and then, you know, my time, which I really haven't had as much of in the last couple of weeks, unfortunately. Trust me, I would much rather be working than having my having to deal with my dad being sick and myself. So please understand that. All right, so the first thing you'll want to do is subscribe to Facebook alerts, okay? The second thing, if you don't have ClickFunnels, you need ClickFunnels to get the file. You don't need ClickFunnels to get the email file. You only need ClickFunnels if you want the free solo ad opt-in pages. Type number 1 in if you understand that, okay? You only need to get ClickFunnels if you want all my funnels for free. We have lots of funnels. They're free. I give them away. Every week we're building new things. So if you want those, you will need to sign up with ClickFunnels. This is a free trial for 2 weeks. So you can actually use it for 2 weeks. If you already have ClickFunnels, then you can use the ClickFunnels account you already have. That's great. So you can sign up with ClickFunnels and get an account. That's the first step. The second step would be click on any of these funnel download links, and it'll download your funnels for you, okay? So step 1 is get ClickFunnels. Step 2 is click the download buttons. All right. Then to get your email swipe file, you will click right here once I activate this link. Right now that link does not work, but I'm going to activate it here in just a second. That is where you will get your free email file that I made for you tonight. If you are interested in build redirects, I forgot about this, but there's actually a video about build redirects. Yeah. So there's a video about build redirects down here, okay? But you can also just go to our website. I don't even have to watch a video if you don't want to. You can go to this website address right here, buildredirects.com. I'm going to put it in the chat box for you. And you can check out build redirects. There's some really inexpensive plans. There's some that give you some more features. Just depends on what you want. But I feel like build redirects is pretty important. How many of you have build redirects? Type number 1 in if you have it. Okay, type the number 2 in if you don't have it, and type the number 3 in if you're going to get it tonight. You can kind of see, because so many people have I mean, a lot of you have been around for 2 years, 3 years. You have all this, you have this software. So I'm just trying to get an idea of, okay, very good. Very good. So lots of you will get it tonight. I definitely suggest getting it. It cannot hurt you. It's a great software, but you know, why would I say it's bad? I built it. It'd be crazy for me to say it's bad. So buildredirects.com, something that you can also grab. So the password for this page right here. Let me first go in and fix Give me one momento. Let me make sure that I fix the link for you so it works. I have to activate the link here and build redirects. So 1 second. I will activate this link. Where is it? There we go. 1 second. And then this link will work for you. All right. All right. And some of you asked me to build redirects. I don't know if I can. All right, I'll put the build redirects link in here too. Some of you asked me to do that. I never did, so I didn't think about it. It was really just a training on how to use the specific features, but yeah, I'll put it in there. All right, so save. Let me refresh and make sure I have the most up-to-date page here, and then I'll show you. All right, perfect. So now on this page, if you scroll down, you'll actually see a link that says, visit our site at buildredirects.com. So all of this stuff is on here. Let me give you the password. The password to get to this page, which of course, a lot of you have already written down the URL, I hope. The password to get to this page, subscribe to your Facebook alerts, download ClickFunnels, get your free swipe file, get build redirects, those types of things, so you'll be ready to rock and roll for next week. The password, which is also our next keyword for the Invest in You contest, okay? So the next keyword for our Invest in You contest, lots and lots of people saying this is dope. By the way, if you refresh, it'll make sure it refreshes the page for you. Our password, I thought this would be appropriate for tonight. Emails. So the password is emails to get to this page right here. To get your Facebook alerts, to get ClickFunnels, to get your file right here, solo ad seller swipe file. Everything that you need is right there. The password is emails. Just type in yes if it's working for you. Yes, yes, yes. Very good. Emails, emails, emails. That's the password. Listen, guys, next week, here's what we're going to do. I flipped it up a little bit this week because I wanted to get this optimization training out of the way, because I want you to be optimized, because you cost yourself money when you're not. And so I wanted to get you the swipe file, get you the optimizations. Next week, I'm going to talk about how to get paid. I'm going to show you how to actually collect the money when you sell solo ads, okay? Perfect. I'm also going to show you what we're doing right now to find clients, okay? So I actually tested selling solo ads to a small part of, not like just a list we built from solo ads. And I'm going to show you how we're finding clients, okay? We're also going to build you a couple more solo ad squeeze pages internally based on the one that we're using that's working the best for us, all right? So you're going to get a free squeeze page next week that is optimized to the maximum potential that I really have, right? Based on what we're doing. So all of that is coming next week, and we might even do some more emails just so that you guys have plenty to rock and roll and to crush it with. So if you're excited about that, just say yes, 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 yes. All right. I see lots and lots of people. Very, very good. Always excited to have lots of people excited, right? Well, listen, guys, have a great weekend. Have a safe weekend. Most importantly, have a productive weekend. Do a little more today than you did yesterday. Focus. Actually do some work. I promise you that is the key to being successful, and I really believe it will help you to be more successful in your business. So pay attention, spend a little time working, make sure to enroll in our Facebook alerts. This is super, super important, because I'm going to be sending you some free stuff probably Monday morning. All right. So thanks, everybody. Thanks for being here. Leave me some comments on Facebook, hit up the group, and let me know, what did you think about tonight? And I look forward to seeing you all next week right here, same place, same time on the Success Connection. Take care, everybody.